Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here on the channel today. And in today's video, I am going to be ranking the monsters of the sort of miscellaneous categories. The categories of monsters that are not very large, that don't have a ton of monsters in them. So we have the Piscine wyverns, the Carapaceons, which are the crabs. We have the Neoterrans, the Temnocerans, and the Amphibians, Snake Wyverns, Demi-Elders, and Cephalopods, as well as these guys that I think, these four here, that I think are kind of miscellaneous categories. Like, I actually don't really know what these are, like, classified as, especially because 3 of them are not from Monster Hunter, so kind of forgot how they classified them. And then I guess the Shakalakas are Lineans, I guess, but... or King Shakalaka, I should say. But anyways, I wanted to start with this one first just because, you know, the first one that I will be doing after this, like the real first one, will be the Flying Wyverns. You know, rate the Flying Wyverns. As you can see, I have taken every single monster from the series and I've sorted them into their various different categories based off of their classification. And I'm going to be recording all of these videos together and splitting it up. But alright, without further ado, let's get into this first one. And let's get this first category over with. The Piscine Wyverns. I hate these guys. They suck. They're the worst monsters in Monster Hunter, in my opinion. Alright, so we got Cephadrome. You know what? I'll put him in C tier just for uniqueness. By the way, these videos are definitely going to be more of a listening experience. I do not have the time or an editor who could go and get the footage for me of every single one of these monsters as I talk about them. So I'm gonna assume that you know these monsters, and if you don't, hey, you can look into them a bit, play some of the games that they're in, and then come back. But all right, so. Yeah, Plesioth, kind of the OG, and Cephadrome, kind of the OG Piscine Wyverns. Obviously not great, but like I give them both some brownie points just for uniqueness. Green Plesioth is just Plesioth, but green. Like, there's no difference. Lavasioth, yep, get right down there at the bottom of F tier. You suck. Oh, right. I'm also going to do the thing I did in my Monster Hunter Wilds video, where I was rating the monsters in that game. And I'm going to give all these monsters a like a out of 10 kind of ranking, right? 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. So, all right, if I had to give Plesioth a score, I would say, I want to say like a 5. No, okay, no, that's too generous. Like a 4 for Plesioth and Green Plesioth. Cephadrome like a 3, and then Lavasioth is like a 2, dude. Maybe actually no, Lavasioth's like a 1. I give Lavasioth a 1. That's how much I dislike Lavasioth, especially World Lavasioth. Like, God, somehow they made Lavasioth worse in World, in my opinion. Gyarados, it's just Mud Lavasioth. I mean, it's better, but like, it's just, fine, I'll put Gyarados there. Even though Gyarados' design isn't unique, I at least think I like it a bit more than Cephadrome. Alright, Beatotus. I think Beatotus is a B tier. Beatotus is, to me, the best one. Still not super duper cool or anything. But actually, yeah, no. He's just at the top of C tier. Like, none of these guys are great. Like, Beatotus is fine. I give Gyarados. Did I give Gyarados a score? I don't think I did. Out of 10. Gyarados, I would give like a 4. Beatotus like a 5, probably. So that's how I'd rank the Piscine Wyvern. Alright, so moving on to the Carapaceons, the crabs. Daimyo Hermitor. I think I'd give Daimyo Hermitor like a C. Like a C tier. Like, it's fine. He's kind of annoying. I mean, I think, the crabs are cool, but they're just, they're all right, right? Like, it's Daimyo Hermitor. I like that they have the shells on their back. I really like how all the crabs share that trait of, like, you know, their shells are like skulls of different monsters. I think that's really cool. But I don't know. Crabs are my second least favorite category of monsters, so it's kind of hard for me to really be all excited about them. Shengoran, I've actually not fought Shengoran, so I can't really speak on him. I have heard it's not great, but I wouldn't know. So, have not fought him. I've only played a little bit of Freedom Unite. And that reminds me, this one, whatever this is, I have not fought this either. It's like a subspecies of Shogun Senator that I think also hasn't been in a game since Freedom Unite. Okay, moving on. So we got Plum Daimyo Hermitor. It's just a purple Daimyo Hermitor that has a Diablo shell instead of a Monoblos shell. Like, it's not that different. And Stonefist, I'll give Stonefist... I'll put Stonefist a bit higher just because, like, it's unique at least. I just don't really remember fighting it that much. Shogun Senator, I think Shogun Senator is like a B tier, and Rust Razor too. They're cool. Like, I like them better than Daimyo. Like, he can break the shell on them, and you know, then he like goes and fetches a new shell, and you can just keep breaking his shells over and over. It's pretty funny. If I had to give these guys all scores, well, I can't really speak on these two down here, but let's see. Daimyo, I would give like a 5. Plum, same, 5. Stonefist, also 5. Shogun, like a 6, I guess, if I'm being generous. Rust Razor, also a 6. Just not really big on the crabs, honestly. Okay, moving on to the next category in this video, we have the Neo-Terrans. I have not fought Queen Vespoid. Again, this monster has not been in a game since Freedom Unite, and I have not played Freedom Unite very much, so, or at least enough to get to this point to fight Queen Vespoid. But yeah, and also, you know, I guess while we're at it, I have not fought King Shakalaka either, which is also in Freedom Unite, so I can't really speak on these two. I know they're different categories, but whatever. Just gonna put them up there. Alright, so the Neo-Terrans. We have Celtis. I'm gonna give Celtis like a 5 out of 10. Put him in C rank. Actually, no. B tier, but like a 6. Because I think Celtis on his own is boring, but then with Celtis Queen is where it gets really cool. Alright, Celtis Queen, strong A rank for me. I'm gonna give her like a 7 out of 10. No, an 8. I'm gonna give her like an 8 out of 10. She's just so cool. I really like Celtis Queen, and it's just such a cool idea. I love the inspirations. I love just how unique of a monster it is. Like, I really want more Neo-Terrans. We have so little of them, and I think she is a bit spammy with her moves, especially when she's using Celtis to like kind of ram into things. But overall, really cool fight. Let's see. Desert Celtis and Desert Celtis Queen. Not gonna lie, I think they're cool, but I barely remember fighting them. Like, I fought them in 4 Ultimate, but I'm just gonna give them the same rankings as the other two because I don't really remember fighting them too much or how they differed. Oh yeah, here we go though. Atalka, goated, 10 out of 10. S tier. It's not even a question. Atalka is the most unique monster in Monster Hunter, and I don't think we are ever going to get another monster like it. That doesn't mean that it is my favorite monster in Monster Hunter, but just, God, what an incredible final boss monster. Also really cool to have a final boss monster that's not an Elder Dragon, but is, like, kind of at that same level. I mean, there's a few final boss monsters like that, but Atalka, though, just, again, there's no monster like Atalka in terms of what this thing does. I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting to see a monster make a giant mech out of scraps in like 5 seconds and then pilot that mech, and you have to climb on the mech and bring it down. Like, that is an insane idea for a monster, and I'm so here for it. I also just love the Egyptian inspiration for Atalka's design and the way that it like slings things around with its webs, and the praying mantis design that it has as well. It's such a good monster, and like I really want Atalka to come back one day, but who knows if that's ever gonna happen. But hey, a man can dream, right? But all right, moving on, we have the Temnocerans, and I love the Temnocerans. Why is Rust Razor here? That's okay. That's weird. Anyways, Nursilla. I love Nursilla. Nursilla's great. I think out of the spiders, I mean, she's the original one, so credit where credit's due. I think I'll give her like a 7, and I'll put her in B tier. I think she's just a really solid fight overall. Love how she swings around. I love how in Wilds they gave her little spiderlings, like the little hatchlings. Like, they're pretty disgusting, but it's also kind of cool to see. Shrouded Nursilla. I honestly barely remember fighting this thing. I don't really remember how much it differs from regular Nursilla. I think I fought it in 4 Ultimate, but I'm just going to say like a 5 because, I mean, clearly something's wrong if I don't remember it very much. And you're going to notice that for some of the other 4 Ultimate subspecies, which is a shame because 4 Ultimate has so many just incredible brand new monsters. But alright, so next up, Rachna-Kadaki. I'm going to give Rachna-Kadaki a strong like 8 out of 10. I love Rachna-Kadaki. Just like, love the way that she fights with, you know, slinging everything around. And like using her children as weapons, kind of messed up, but I mean, it's kind of cool the way it works. Like, just a really, really cool fight. Love how she uses fire. I think that's a really cool idea as well. Pyrarachna-Kadaki. Honestly, don't like this one as much as regular Rachna-Kadaki. Let's just kind of blast Rachna-Kadaki that's red. It has like some extra little horns. I fought this thing like a couple times in Sunbreak, and that was it. So I don't really remember it as fondly as the original. So I'm gonna give Pyrarachna-Kadaki like a 6. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna put Nursilla above Pyrarachna-Kadaki. And then Lalabarina. I really like Lalabarina. I'm gonna put Lalabarina like. Do I like it more than Nursilla, though? I think I still like Nursilla a bit more, and Rachna-Kadaki. So I'm going to say, if Nursilla was, what, like a 7? I'll say that Lalabarina and Pyre are like a 6, and then Shrouded's like a 5. I love Lalabarina's design, though. I love, like, the whole rose aesthetic. I love the little claw-looking things she has. I love like how she uses paralysis. There's not a ton of monsters that have paralysis at their disposal, so that's cool. I think the way she distributes paralysis is kind of weak. Like, it's so easy to dodge all those little florets that she spreads, but it's still a really cool idea for a monster, and I really, really like Lalabarina. Okay, moving on, we have the Amphibians, and I am a big fan of the Amphibians. Tetsukabra, A tier. I love Tetsukabra. Just a big old frog with these tusks, these big tusks, and he digs these big rocks out of the ground. It's a really cool idea for a monster. I would give Tetsukabra like an 8 out of 10. Love Tetsu. Here's the sad thing, though. This guy, this subspecies, I don't even remember what this one's called. I'm not gonna lie. I know I've fought it. I don't even remember what it's called, and that makes me sad because I love Tetsukabra. I'm gonna give this guy like a 6, just because like it's still Tetsukabra, but I just don't remember it at all. Drill Tusk, I think I fought Drill Tusk like once. I can't really speak a ton on Drill Tusk, excuse me, but I'll give him like a. At least I remember his names. I'll give him like a 7, right? I think that's fair. Okay, Zamtrios. Oh man. Okay, Zamtrios for me, S tier. I will give Zamtrios like a 9 out of 10. I think Zamtrios to me is the coolest amphibian, straight up. Like, I think out of all the amphibians, he's the best one. And the original one is my favorite. Tiger Stripe, I'm gonna give like a it's still Zamtrios, but like it doesn't have all the cool ice stuff. I'm gonna give Tiger Stripe Zamtrios like a 6 as well. I think he's better than these two, but I just can't. He's not on the same level as regular Zamtrios to me. Tetranodon, I love Tetranodon. All right, Tetranodon, you're gonna get like a solid 8 as well, right up there with Tetsukabra. Do I like Tetsu more than Tetranodon? That's a tough question, but I'm gonna put Tetranodon. Yeah, okay, I think I kind of do a little bit. So Tetranodon, you go there. And last but not least, the newest member to the amphibian class of monsters, Chotacabra. I'm going to give Chotacabra a solid... I really like his design, but I think like from a fight perspective, he doesn't really do a whole lot. I guess that's kind of the point. He is the tutorial monster, and I think as a tutorial monster, he achieves... he achieves what he was designed for perfectly as a tutorial monster. I think he is the best tutorial monster. I don't know if I literally just said that, but whatever. We're just gonna skip over that. Chotacabra, I'm gonna give him. I like him more than Tiger Stripe and those guys, so I'm gonna give him like a. I'm gonna give him like a 6. If these guys are. Well, wait, no, these guys are 6s. I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7. These guys are 8s, so. I'll give him a 7. And that's it for the amphibians. Alright, moving on to the next category, we have snake wyverns. And wow, would you look at it? Oh boy, I wonder which snake wyvern's gonna be the best. Is it gonna be Najarala, or is it gonna be his subspecies, Tidal Najarala? The competition is fierce. No, I mean, to be honest, barely remember Tidal Najarala. I know I fought it like once, at least. I don't really remember it very well. I'm going to put it in B tier because of that. Najarala is A tier for me. Najarala is like an 8. I love Najarala. I think the way that it coils around you and, you know, attacks you, and I like how it has paralysis again. Like, again, not many monsters that have paralysis at their disposal, and I just, like, it's a giant snake. It's a giant snake wyvern. It's the only one. Like, sure, we have Dalamadur, but Dalamadur's an elder dragon. I want more snake wyverns. I want Najarala back. I don't know how the hell they got this to work on a 3DS. Like, that's a miracle. They got this guy to work on a 3DS, and, like, it's gonna take some serious legwork to get it to work in the new engine on Wilds, or, you know, if it doesn't make it to Wilds, the expansion, or the future game, or yeah, a future game. But I really want Najarala back, and I want more snake wyverns. They're so cool. They're so good. And there's literally just one of them, essentially, one unique one. So, just yeah, I think with, you know, the Leviathans coming back, and especially Lagiacrus being like a longer Leviathan, you know, Lagiacrus coming back in the second title update in the summer, I think that means that we are getting closer to snake wyverns being able to come back, because it means they're figuring out more of the collision issues that these bigger rigs and models have with, like, this more dynamic terrain, and that's going to be really hard with a creature like Najarala, but I think we're getting closer. So anyways, though, yeah, Najarala, I'd give like an 8 out of 10. Tidal, like a 6. I don't really remember Tidal Najarala very much, and that says something. So, alright. Alright, next up we have Demi-Elders, and oh boy, which one's gonna win? I wonder. Fierce competition. We have Gormagala, or we have Chaotic Gormagala. And if you guys know anything about me and my Monster Hunter monster taste, so to speak, the monsters I like the most, if you've seen my other videos, you know that I love Gormagala. It is my literal favorite monster in the series, so kind of unfair. And I mean, I like Chaotic a lot too, but I still prefer the original more. Gormagala, 10 out of 10, S tier. Chaotic, I would still say S tier. I think just the idea of Chaotic Gormagala is just too good to put in A tier. Like, a Gormagala that tried to molt into a Shagurumagala, but, like, got interrupted or failed halfway through, and so it's just this, like, mismatch of both Shagaru and Gore, and it has, like, some of each of their attacks, and then even the music reflects this mismatch because there's like this, the music is like this jumbled up theme where it's like partially Gore's theme and partially Shigaru's theme. Like it's really, really cool. So I'll give Chaotic like a 9, but for me, you know, Gore is the GOAT, and yeah, that's the Demi-Elder class. All right, once again, we have a very small classification with these cephalopods. I just gotta say this, I am so happy we have octopi. I know we have, you know, Yamatsukami and Nakarkos as other sort of cephalopod creatures, but, you know, they were so powerful, they were considered elder dragons, so these guys, you know, New Udra and Shuwu, made this like an official classification in Wilds, and I'm so here for it. I love New Udra. New Udra to me is like S tier 9 out of 10. I think it's such a cool monster. I'm really excited to see like Arch-Tempered New Udra when they get to that, because while I love New Udra, I do think New Udra, like a lot of the monsters in Wilds, like they need to be more beefy, they need to be tougher, more health. And God, especially poor Shu Wu over here is literally just a punching bag. This guy dies so quickly, but it's a shame because I really like Shu Wu as well. Not as much as New Udra, but really, really like him. So New Udra, yeah, I would give like a 9. Forget if I said that. Pretty sure I did. Anyways, Shu Wu, I'd give like an 8. I'd give like an 8 for Shu Wu. I love like the aesthetic of Shu Wu. I think his head is kind of weird. Like I don't think he looks nearly as cool as New Udra, but I still think the whole aesthetic they were going for with him is really, really cool. So yeah, those are the cephalopods. All right, and last but certainly not least, we have the sort of mythic monsters, or the guest monsters, I guess you could say, that were in Worlds. So we have Behemoth from Final Fantasy, and then we have Leshen and Ancient Leshen, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's been a really long time since I fought any of these guys, but I'm not a fan of the Leshens. I do not remember liking fighting them, like, at all. Whereas, like, even Behemoth, even though, you know, I really like Final Fantasy, and, like, it's Behemoth, but, like, even Behemoth's kind of annoying with all the wind stuff that it does constantly. Like, it's pretty annoying, but it's still just so cool. Like, we're fighting a Behemoth in a Monster Hunter game. Like, that's incredible. So Behemoth, I'll give like an 8. And then these guys, the Leshens, I'm gonna give both of them like a 5. Because I just don't really remember. Again, I think it's really cool that we have the Leshens from Witcher in Monster Hunter as a collaboration. That's awesome. Like, I want to see more collabs like this in Wilds where we get guest monsters. Like, that is such a cool thing that World did. But I just don't really think the Leshens were that great. Whereas, like, you know, Behemoth, even though I thought he was kind of annoying, like I said, still great. Just awesome. And the gear you get from Behemoth is really cool, too. The Dragoon armor and, like, the Dragon Soul Kinsect for the Insect Glaive, like, which is, like, the Dragoon Spear. Like, my god, so cool. But anyways, though, that is going to do it for this first video in this series where I am ranking monsters within their respective categories. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video, which is going to be Rate the Flying Wyverns. And that's going to be a big one because there are a lot of flying wyverns. I'll see you guys there, and happy hunting.